Hey there, Titans, and welcome back to another Titan Academy video. Today we'll be talking about some of the more advanced features in mapping for your Get integrations. First, we'll talk about how you can use formatting directly from your Get. Next, we'll show you how to set reference or bring data from a parent object. And finally, we'll show you how to use the from object feature to bring data from a different related object to the object that you're using in your Get. Let's get started. So I'm going to set up a Get here from my button. And let's go ahead and get an account. We'll do this as a user action, and let's just take this particular account right over here. And what we're looking to do here is let's find a date on this account. So as we can see here, we've got this created by date right over here, our date time. And let's go ahead and bring that into our project. So first of all, let's just bring in this particular account. And we'll head over our title here. And I'm going to bring in let's do created date. All right, now if I bring in this normally, let's just start like this. We'll bring in the date. Notice how when I run my Get, I get my value back in this format, which is the Salesforce standard date time format. But I probably want this to be a little bit of a nicer format for my end user to see. And so in order to do so, I'm going to go ahead and try to format this value. Now, in order to do this, I'm going to head over to my Get, and I will go to the mapping where I've mapped the created date. I'll click on the gear icon next to the mapping, and here I'm able to actually format my field. Now, it's not only for date time, this can be for HTML fields, rich text fields in Salesforce, and the like. In this case, we're just doing the example on a date time field. So I'm going to go ahead and enable the formatting, and let's change the formatting to, let's do it like this. All right, now of course I can also add a prefix and a postfix. We'll leave that here for now, but just know that you can do this. Now let's trigger our Get again. And notice now our date is formatted in a much nicer way. So you can play around with that formatting and do some really interesting things in order to bring back data how you would like, whether you want it to be brought back as an image or a rich text where you can see the rich text as it appears in Salesforce. You can play around with that formatting tool. Next, we're going to use the set reference option. And in order to do this, we're going to change our Get here, make it a little bit more interesting. And let's go ahead and bring in, let's kill this Get. And we're going to do a new Get for contact. And we'll do this as user action as well. And in this case, we'll say that the contact ID equals, and let's just grab a contact from Salesforce that we know has an account. So this is a good example. All right, and now I'm going to grab that contact ID. I'll throw it in here. All right, now the interesting part. So for the title, I'm just going to make this the full name of my contact. But now we're going to do something called set reference. And what set reference allows me to do is it allows me to pull data from a parent object that's related to my record. So in this case, I'm pulling a contact, and I have an account ID, which is the lookup field to account that sits on my contact. And because I have this association, I can actually pull data in the same Get without doing a separate Get for account. I can pull data from account into my project. So let's bring the account name, and we can do this for any field from account. Let's go ahead and bring the account name into our project. And so again, the Get is from contact, but because I have this reference, I have this lookup field, I can set reference and bring in any field I want from the parent. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's add our contact Get here. And let's run our Get. And as you can see, I got my contact name and I got the name of my account. All right, the last thing I want to show you is the from object, and it's similar to the set reference, but you can go in the opposite direction using the from object, and you can do much more complex pulls for data that's related to my object. So let's move this back to a Get for an account. Okay, and we're going to say that the account ID equals, and let's throw in an account ID here. So we'll go back to this account. And whereas set reference will only work to pull data from the parent, the from object option will give us a little bit more flexibility. So let's head over to title, we'll put that as account name, and for a heading, we're going to do from object, and we'll configure that. And then we'll have a few options here. So first of all, we need to select an object. Let's select the contact object. We need a return value, so let's return back the full name of the contact, and that's what we're mapping essentially to our field. And we need a relationship key, and they are related through the account ID field. Now, I need a condition to decide which contact I'm bringing, and in my case, I only have one contact under this account, so it makes it simple. So let's just simply say that the account ID of this contact is equal to the parent account ID. Now, this parent, of course, is the initial get that we're using, and that's why we're able to bring in this contact like this. All right, let's go ahead and apply that, and we'll apply. And again, I'm using one get for account, but using this one get, I'm going to bring data from an account and from the contact related to this account. And there you go. Here's my account, and here's my contact that's related to that account. And you can have much more complex use cases, especially for that from object ability to grab data from related objects that are related to the get that I am currently running. So those are some advanced options for mapping in gets, and that's how it's done.